Now we'll work on adding a cartoony type of run effect to the character's legs. What we're going to do here is basically have the legs move all over the place very rapidly, frame by frame. And doing this is going to really work out to be nice, especially when it comes time to, let's say, render the animation with motion blur. So let's get right to it. We'll go to our perspective camera. We'll go to about the time where the character starts his run. That's 240. And then we'll even adjust our range. So what we'll be able to do is actually just pose about 10 frames or so, more or less, and then copy that information down the line. We really just need to paste till 260 when we're done. Okay, and by doing so, being that they're going to move so rapidly, they're not even going to the fact that we copy and paste them for efficiency is not even going to be noticed. So let's begin. We go to 241. We'll go to the next frame and just pose out a different extreme. Well, let's say have the right leg just move forward. We'll even have that rotate forward, and really have fun with the poses. Whatever you'd imagine in this run, you can just go ahead and pose out. This is again meant to be just a fun process, not burdensome at all. So we're just using our creativity here to add to this cartoony stylized work. And we can bring this left leg back and rotate the foot back. As far as the foot going through the ground plane, it's not going to be too necessary to keep in mind because of how rapidly the feet are moving. But of course you wouldn't want the entire foot to go in the ground, so you'd want to be mindful of that. Okay, so here's what we have so far. We also want to make sure that as we pose that the extremes that we use, we're basically using different run extremes, but we want to make sure that we're going to get a nice flicker as we play the animation back, so it looks like his legs are moving in a cartoony fashion. If they go from a major extreme where we have too much spacing between the legs, the effect may not go over the way we'd like it to, so we want to be mindful of that. Maybe we can bring in this left foot a little bit more. Alright, great. Now we can go to the next pose, maybe doing the contact position of the run on 242. Can even take this left leg and bring it back again if we wanted to, and rotate that in, taking the knee, moving that down, and then going to the right foot, bringing that forward and down. Great. So you could get an idea of what we're trying to achieve here. Alright, let's say we now kick back this right leg, and then we'll have it rotate back. Okay, have it go to just an extreme here, and then we'll take the left leg and bring that forward. Bring the knee, correct the knee's position, and bring the foot a little bit more forward. Rotate the foot up. Okay, we're trying to achieve really nice line of actions here. Really interesting line of actions. We'll need to correct this right knee, so we'll bring down the knee control here, and maybe even bring out the foot. Although it's not too necessary what we see in the character's front view here, because we're going to be more concerned about what we see in our shot camera. So being that the side view of the character is about where the shot cam is, we can just really pay more attention to this angle. Alright, let's do a down position on 244. So let's see. Let's have the left foot go into the plant for the down. Notice there's no defined plan here. We're just going off of, again, whatever we can think up. And we'll see how this all comes together in the end with a play blast. Okay, great. And then for the next pose on 254, let's have them really go into a sprint. So we can take this left foot and kick that back, or the right foot, excuse me. Kick the right foot back and adjust its knee. Take the left foot and just really bring that forward and up. Okay, really push the pose. Because that exaggeration is really going to add much more appeal to our end product. Okay. Great, and I wonder if we could even take this right foot and bring that back some more. And curl it in, so we have this type of this line of action. Great. Then we get to 246. Can go back to another down position. Okay, so we could rotate the right foot, plant that. Doesn't need to be totally planted. And bring it back a little bit, and then take the left foot and bring this back and rotate it back as well. Bring it forward. And then for the last pose, what we could actually do is just go to just something that really would not happen at all. We could have both feet just really kick back. Both of them, just like the character's jumping forward. So we'll take the left foot, bring that back, and the right foot as well. Almost like a jump for joy. Great, and then we could take the knee, fix that. Maybe take this right foot, bring it in some more, rotate it back. Alright, let's see how this looks. And it even looks like we can take this a step further and really make this pose more interesting. Great. So here's what we have, this really rapid looking cartoony effect, and with this we could even look at this in our shot camera, so you can see again what type of really cool cartoony style we're able to get doing this. And then with that, we're now ready to copy and paste our animation over. So we'll start with our right foot and then go to the right knee and then finish off with the left side. What you also want to do is make sure that your character set isn't turned on, so you don't copy all of your keys. Otherwise, when you go to paste, your character might fly elsewhere in the scene. So we'll just turn that off. And from here, what we want to do is hold Shift, hold the left mouse button, okay, to select frame 40. And while holding Shift and the left mouse button, we'll drag until we get to about 248, till we see a 248 at the end of our selection. Okay, so then that means that we have selected everything within all of our keys that we need to. From there, we'll just copy this and go another 8 frames down. So that's 248 this time, all the way to about 256. And paste. Okay, so everything should line up on each frame. Okay, we'll do the same thing one more time till we get to 260 where the character exits. So we'll just paste all the way to 260, from 256 to 264. We'll paste. Okay, and even though the character exits at 260, we're not going to see anything else happening, so that's going to be just fine to leave it. If we need to, or if you needed to, you could always also delete the remaining keys, but that's not going to be necessary. Now we could go to the right knee. Looking at this, need to make sure that it's alright, the poses are fine. What helps also is to go to the last frame that we've added to 47 and just add a little pose there, just a key. That helps to just paste everything evenly over. So all we need to do is the same process as before. We'll just copy our keys, Okay, go to 248 to 256, paste, and then do the same thing again, 256 this time to 264, paste. There we are. Great, so with that now done, we can bring our attention to the left leg, and we'll go ahead and again copy the keys and paste, and move one more frame down and paste on the next section. Alright, then that brings us to the knee control for the left leg. Can make sure that it does have a key on 247, and it does, so again we just do the same process. Copy, go to the next, and paste, and then paste again. Alright, there we have it. So we have our cartoony run-in. Excellent. What we could also do, okay, before we see how this all looks, is to basically just animate the hip. It doesn't need to be every frame, but really every other frame where we see extremes. So on 242, for example, we can have that rotate down. And then if you need to, you could even push your poses a little bit more, and that's even going to add more of an offset to the keys that we pasted. So we can go to the next extreme, let's say 243, rotate the hips back. And then if you like, you can go ahead and kick out the feet a little bit more. Okay, then on about 245, we can rotate the hips here a little bit. And on the jump back, we can rotate the hips back here if we like. Alright, let's see. Just looking at this to make sure that it's all fine. Alright, great. So from here we could do the same thing with the hips. Just copy, making sure we ended at 247, and paste, and paste. Okay, so with this, if we were to go ahead and hit play, just to see how this came together, if we go ahead and just hit play, we can see, alright, so this is going to work out to be pretty funny. And then, if you wanted to, you could even go ahead and do a play blast. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and do that. Here's what we end up with. Great, and now we have the legs moving in a fun, cartoony fashion. Well, now that we have this, we have completed this task, we're ready to now start locking down our poses so we can prepare to start smoothing out our animations and really finalizing what we have. So in the next lesson, we're going to lock down our poses so that we can avoid much sliding prior to getting into smoothing out the animation.